We have some breaking news here from the Seattle Mariners. Robbie Ray, after just the second game of the Mariners season, he pitched so poorly, is now on the 15-day IL with a left flexor strain. The Mariners called up left-handed pitcher Gabe Spire in his spot from AAA Tacoma. Now, what does this mean for the Mariners? Obviously, Robbie Ray pitched really poorly last night. He gave up like 5 walks or 6 walks, something like that, and he'd only walked 5 or 6 in spring, all of spring. His velocity also started to go down, as you can tell by this chart. In the 4th inning, he was down to 91, 92 miles an hour instead of the 94, 95 that he started off the night with. He did throw a splitter, it looked like, a few times, but overall, Robbie Ray pitched really poorly. And the fact the Mariners had nobody go on the IL from their starting rotation last year, and now Robbie Ray, after his very first outing, someone who looked so good in spring, someone that we have all been saying is going to be such a good pitcher for the Mariners in 2023, now he's out just after his very first outing. Robbie ended up throwing like 85, 86 pitches last night, 3.1 innings pitched. He didn't give up a lot of loud contact there till towards the end of his outing, but overall, Robbie Ray with this flexor strain does not bode well. Again, they put him on the 15-day IL. Now, what does that mean? When is Robbie coming back? If we look at this handy dandy little calendar down here, 15 days, right? So we're on the 1st, pretty easy. He should be back around the 16th or 17th of April if he is staying only on there for the allotted amount of time. If he has to miss more time, let's say he needs, 4 or 5 weeks, then Robbie Ray could miss a significant amount of time, and I'm assuming that Chris Flexen slides right back into his spot and is going to be in the starting rotation instead of Robbie Ray. Now, with that being said, the Mariners also have Marco Gonzalez going out on paternity leave likely at some point this month. There is one good thing for the Seattle Mariners with this injury, however. So Robbie Ray would have started on the 5th against the Angels. With that being said, there's now a decent chance that Chris Flexen goes. Obviously, Flexen did pitch behind Robbie in last night's game, so Flexen is basically lined up to pitch on the 5th if he needs to anyway. I would assume that's what's going to happen. With the day off of there, then you start going through. The Mariners have, let's put it this way, they have 4 days off in the month of April, which bodes well for them missing on Robbie Ray. It's not the end of the world. They can still get their guys some rest, even if they need to have a bullpen day or something like that. Maybe Chris Flexen throws 50 pitches or so just to kind of get the game started, 3-4 innings. They can go through their bullpen, and it's not the end of the world having to do that, of course, with Flexen being a seasoned starter. MLB.com has the recovery time for this anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks to 1 to 2 months, and then, of course, with surgery would take upwards of 6 months. Hopefully, we don't get to that point with Robbie Ray, and he's only out for the allotted 15 days, and then he can come back into the rotation and be the guy that we all thought he was going to be coming out of spring training. For Robbie, a terrible start to the season. You hate to see it. A guy that I honestly had Cy Young hopes for in 2023. I think we said that before already. But for the Mariners, again, a team that did not have a pitcher miss a start last year, not a good way for the season to begin. Chris Flexen, take him off the trade block now if he was ever even on it. Make sure Bryce Miller and all those guys are getting up to speed. Because if the Mariners have luck like this, last year was insane. They had incredible luck. There's a good chance that doesn't happen again. Robbie Ray, get well soon, and go Mariners.